For those who don't know about Capacent, what is it that you do?
Capacent is a Nordic consulting firm offering management consulting, headhunting and interim services. Our mission is to be the change makers that make people and value grow.
Okay, and looking at your Q2 report, your earnings came in slightly better than last year. How do you sum up the year so far?
I think the year, it depends really on from which perspective you look. The different countries have performed quite differently. We are investing in growth in terms of Capacert and Capacify. I would say that Finland is performing extremely well. The Swedish management consulting side has had a lack of large projects, but still sort of going okay. The Icelandic business has been hit slightly by the macroeconomic situation. However, we launched a profitability program in the beginning of the year when we saw this, and we expect it to show as from Q3. And then, as mentioned, we are investing still in the growth of both Capacert and the newcomer Capacify.
Like you said, Finland seems to be doing quite well with several large projects, but what's the schedule for these projects?
I think there are several big projects which have different schedules, and they have been on, but many of them have been ongoing for quite some time. So we definitely need to find new ones as well. But I think the rest of the year looks promising.
Looking at the management consulting division, there was a slightly lower turnover compared to last year. What's the reason for this, and what's your take going forward? Is it changing?
I think the biggest difference has been that we haven't had as many really big transformation projects. We had a few that faded out towards the end of last year and in the beginning of this year, and haven't to a large extent or large enough extent been able to replace them by new large projects. So I think that is really the main reason for the dip.
You mentioned a profitability program in Iceland. Could you tell us a bit more about what it is? What is it that you do?
Well, we are really sort of both overlooking the cost side, and the cost side in a consulting business is mainly people and rent and other costs. And we are overlooking all of those. And then secondly as well, top line, of course, that is always the best leverage. And we are working on that part as well, both in terms of how we sell and pricing and the service offering.
Yes, you also briefly mentioned Capacert. Could you give us an update there? What's happening?
Well, Capacert has been operational now since May 2018, and we have an idea with our ventures that they would be profitable after 12 months. And I think that we have had a very good start with Capacert. We are slightly behind that schedule in terms of profitability, but have received many very interesting assignments and believe that we are still on the right track.
You mentioned some investments in a business area called Capacify.
Yeah.
Could you tell us what that is?
Well, Capacify is our new extension of services to interim management, which basically is everything from a temporary individual or resource when someone is on maternity or paternity leave, to an expert that is also temporary, or even a project resource. It's a market as such that has been growing a lot in Sweden, and we initiated this then sort of by establishing this Capacify business in June, and we believe that there's a lot of potential, and we can already now see the synergies between the consulting side as well.
Okay, and last but not least, what's your focus for the rest of 2019?
I think the focus is to really integrate the RGP acquisition that we just closed recently, in fact yesterday, where a lot of that acquisition, the RGP Nordics business, will actually flow into Capacify. So from being a startup for 2 months, we suddenly have a business that is sizable, and we will become a sort of significant player in the interim market. Secondly, that acquisition will give us more strength as well on the management consulting side, especially on the CFO agenda, where RGP has been strong in finance transformations, post-merger integrations, and robotics, which will bring us more competence on the technology side as well. So I think that is right now the focus, and then of course to continue improving our other businesses.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much and good luck until next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.